What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey, so yeah, we're on now. And hey, Christophe Clugston here, and we're gonna with candidate Smuckler. Why is he a candidate? Because he's doing a course, and you can fail if you don't succeed. Anyway, so we thought we'd give some of you who were asking beforehand about what's it like. We're just going to give you some feedback and a little bit of notes on day one of the Commando Kilo phase course, because Sam's already gone through pre-kilo, which was an entire weekend back several months ago, and now he's going through this. It was much more intensive, and still got the bulk of it left. But anyway, I thought that we'd get his input, because you guys have heard my input before, and just on reflections on day one and how it differed to him than what he'd already done. So Sam, what would you say about this as far as it goes?
Well, let's see. I think it was a nice experience. I mean, it was a good course. It was
so far,
yeah. It was pretty packed full of stuff. Like, that was really the biggest feeling I had afterwards, was like, man, my brain is full, and like there was a lot of stuff to cover. And it was a bunch of interesting stuff about just I guess without giving too much away.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's difficult.
Yeah, but a lot of people's knife training that we see on the internet, or that we see mostly on the internet actually, is people who try and base it off of other things like kickboxing training or mixed martial arts training or things like that. And it's not just, oh, you can do this and then put a knife in your hand and everything's all good. It's not like that at all. Like, so we did a bunch of different stuff, and we had to, that was one of the things we had to rewire ourselves on, I would say too, is that, like, because, well, in kickboxing, for example, the basic defensive posture is hands up. So this is as much as I'll say about what goes on. It's, with the knife, you don't want to have your hands up, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of things there. People are going to be, what are you exactly talking about? Well, we don't want to give away things because other people aren't doing them. And then if we say, then they'll say, oh, yeah, we are, but you're not, because we don't see it. And I've analyzed lots, and I know lots because I've trained lots of people and different organizations. And there are a few people, some Russian military, some, not all of them, some know what they're doing somewhat, but there's things they're not doing. But there are the guys who are promoting attacking systems and things like that. They haven't been operational. It's like, how many knife fights have you been in? I don't mean how many times has the guy been sleeping and you came up and tried to knife him. It doesn't take any skill. That doesn't matter. There's a lot of things that went on that have to do with movement. I'll say that. There's a lot of differences in the stance, and I won't cover anything, but one of the greatest things that we do is tactics over techniques, and everybody is hooked up. That's definitely
yes.
That's what you'll find in kickboxing and mixed martial arts. They're all technique based, and they're not circumventing things with tactics. And we do, for many reasons, because I have to make people operational that are carrying weight, that are in bad situations, that can be tired, that can be injured. Lighting is bad, so you don't want to get into an attribute game in that case, which is what techniques lead to. You want to get into a tactical advantage, and there are certain ways that are better tactically that will defeat techniques, and that's what we'll say. So that was the beginning of it, and they're continuing on, and it's very based around we'll say this. The course is designed so they become experts with the Glock field knife, which is, there's one right there. There's a Glock. There's lots of knives around here. This Glock field knife. So they become experts at this exact knife, and they use this knife. They don't use training knives or fake knives or wood or foam or anything like that, because people who do that don't have a sense of what a real knife or a specific knife can do. So they get good at one thing. So the same thing if you qualify with whatever, a Glock 17 handgun, for example, you get good at the Glock. It can transfer to some other things, but you get good at the Glock. You know the Glock inside out. As far as the handgun goes, and the same thing with this knife. And this knife is used a lot with a lot of military and contractor guys. And, I should get paid for this, but for the money, it's the best knife out there, really. So we base it off of this training with this, so they become experts at this knife. And that's one of the things that they do today. They started realizing that is specific to this type of knife, to the Commando knife. There's a lot of things that maybe we'll talk about another time. But I just want to say that that's day 1 in the books. They got 2 more days to go, much longer days, much more to cover, and things will be changed. But we thought we'd do this so that you could see the evolution of, for example, candidate Smuckler's thought processes as he goes through this, because he already had an idea when he came in, because he'd done pre-keel, like I said, and so he's trained many other camps with me, Alpha and Bravo Charlie and Sierra with me, so he's already got a basis in the method, and he's used to what it can do and how to learn this way. But we were just going to want to document the trajectory of the evolution here with what I consider our signature thing, which is the knife fighting, which I'm known for, regardless of what the haters, detractors, and naysayers want to try to say. Anyway, so we'll contact you guys again tomorrow and give you another update, and we're going to go on and be cool. So you guys try to be cool, and we will talk to you later, right?
Take care, everybody. Be safe.